Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about a question to all of you. My question is that who would you rather follow, your friends or the restrictions? That is a good question to all of us. Okay, I understand that there are questions that people are having. You first things first. People would say, when I watch the news, they would say, when is the pandemic will be over? Or how can we stop the pandemic? Or what are we going to do? Why we are stuck in isolation? Those are good questions to ask. Um, there is a way of where we can think about this as a positive reflection, right? But it doesn't seem all fun and games here, you know. My question theory is that if we think about it as a way of life, we can do this together. Okay, we can do this together. But the thing is, we need a step up. Okay, a step up motion, right? We have to we have to understand of what we're going to do, right? There is a place where we can all just take a chance and just stay positive as much as we can, right? But when we have that as our reflection, we gotta figure this out, right? There is a possibility that we can do this together, right? So there are several questions to ask, right? And to be heard, right? We have, as a nation, we have to do this together, right? So so in my occasionally theory, if you're an air sign, fire sign, earth sign, water sign, okay, these signs represents of the zodiac. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if my viewers like this as a method of following what's happening. Okay, we I need to identify of what's happening. Okay, we know what's going to happen. Okay, but but there is a method that we need to ask questions. Okay, so it can be heard. Okay, because in life, there is a pause and reflect. Okay, there is a reflection that we have to mirror ourselves. Okay, there's one way or another, right? But we as a nation of the whole entire world, who would you rather follow, the restrictions or your friends? Those are the two questions in the same topic here. Okay, because when you think about if you think about restrictions, you are protecting, I don't know, your in-laws or your brothers or your whole entire family, even if you don't live with, right? But you have to be in your own bubble. The point being is that we have to figure this out together. Okay, we're all in this together. There is a explanation that we can figure this out. The whole entire nation has to figure this out. When we look at, in my opinion, when I look at it at this is like a two-way street, which means we can't we can go where we are, okay. We can go like straight, but there's a two-way street. One way is left, one way is right. It's like these doors, right? Left, right. We have to impose that we can do this together. Okay. Now I know that there's cards that are on the table. You will watch it as well. But We have to figure this out together. Not just me, but all my viewers who are watching this. Okay? We have to figure this out. Okay? I know that isolation sucks. I know that you can't visit your friends. I know that all of you are probably stuck in your own homes. Okay? But there's nothing I can't do for you. I can't. The only thing I can do is stay positive. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay? Staying positive is a good method. We can all stay positive. But when we look at the negative stuff, it can drag you down. Personally, it will drag you down. We have to figure this out together. We have to. If we look at this COVID-19 as a puzzle, we have the top, middle, and end. If you are a puzzle player out there, just listen to me. When we have the constructive thing as to COVID-19, when we look at COVID-19, we have the top, middle, end, and we have the two sides and corners. Okay, don't look at the two sides and the corners. Look at the top, middle, and end. Okay, the bottom, middle, and top. Okay, vice versa. When we look at that, this is a puzzle that we have to finish on. Okay, there is my conclusion that we can do this together. Okay, and there's a question is for all of you. Who would you rather follow? The restrictions or your friends? Right? That's my question to all of you. Because when we look at restrictions, we have isolation, we are in our homes, we only do errands, grocery shopping, the whatnot, right? You can do that. But when you look at it and you think, I can't, like in my voice, it's like, I can't do it, I can't take it anymore, I can't. Okay, if you can't do that, and you don't want to be a rule breaker, you could do it as half and half. You go out, you do your own thing, you visit with maybe your two friends. Then after that, then you could step back of another day, stay home. You can do your own thing, and then you can pass it on to the next one. Go to the next day, right? Don't go from 7 days a week and you're there, right? If we do it my way, is where if we go out once a day. Once a day is like you go out once a day, 1 day, right? And then you stay home. That's what my solution is for all of you. When we have this as a give and take, we have to give and we have to take. Take is like the vaccine. We have to take it. But we have to give ourselves that emotion of being patient rather being impatient, saying I want it now, right? Don't do that. Impatient, when you look at me, when I say impatient, means that you want it now. You want it snappy. You want it everything else. That's a negative emotion. If you look at it as, if you cross out the I am and you put patient. Patient means that you just wait and wait and wait. I'll tell you the truth. When you're waiting, that's a sign that you will get the vaccine. Okay? That's what it is. If you're impatient, well, just think happy thoughts. Think about the positive emotions, right? That's all we can do this together, right? When I look at the zodiac signs, like fire, earth, water, and air, those 4 signs, you have to take it as it resonates to you, okay? I know that I have cards on the table. I know that you don't see that yet because you're seeing my beautiful face. But we are going to do this as a slight chance of what I'm going to reveal, okay? The thing is, what I'm going to tell you is we have these cards right now, the playing cards, and we have these as well, the oracle cards. We are going to look at that, and then also I have my paper here that you will see in a moment. But first things first, there is a question, okay? Before I'm not going to let you all go, but there is a question. Who would you rather follow? Your friends or restrictions? You think about it. Now take a sip. Are you thinking about it? Okay, good. Think. Now, here comes the fun part. We have this, and we have this. Okay, we have these 2 cards that I'm going to show you, and then we're going to have these as well. Okay, we have the initiation, rite of passage crossing the threshold. We're going to look at that. Then we have the answer, just say yes. And then we have these cards as well. Okay, back up this bit. Okay, so we have this. Okay, first thing we are going to look at is these cards here. Okay, there's actually 5 cards here, but we're going to split them up. Okay, so we have the 8 of diamonds, we have the king of diamonds, we have the 4 of hearts, we have the queen of clubs, and we have the 8 of clubs. Now, if you were asking a question saying why you have these and not the other ones, well, this is what I'm going to read you. So it says here, while I have to spread the cards out again, just give me 1 second here. Put these here, and then we're going to read. Put this card here. Okay, so this is what it's going to say. Okay, right? Who you would rather follow, your friends or the health orders and restrictions? I put that question. This is my image questions. Okay, are you gonna join your friends? The answer that I said was the answer is yes, which means yes, everyone will follow your friends, not the restrictions, which means there are other people who are feeling the same way. Okay, in that regards is that the people who are not giving whatever it is and they don't want to think about it, which means they want to follow their friends. They don't want to follow the restrictions, which means we need to follow the restrictions so the cases can go down. I understand that. But other people who are being rule breakers, you know, and don't understand, this is how it is right now. Okay. Number two. Number two is face what scares us. Okay. So this is for fire, earth, and air. If you have this, if you have the 8 of clubs, the 8 of diamonds, and let's see, the king of diamonds. Okay. When you have the king, 8, and 8 of clubs right now, these are the fire and earth and air signs. Okay. So if you have a water, or if you have earth, if you have fire and you have air, these are the signs for you. Face what scares us. Well, the pandemic. That's what scares us, right? Who is following the restrictions and health orders? 3 is air, water, and only one fire sign is Pisces. Okay, so if you look at the 8 of clubs, the 4 of hearts, and the king of diamonds. Okay, that's what they are. Okay, so if you're doing that, that's what it is. Who is destined to see friends in person? All signs. We have air, and fire, and water, and earth. 4 signs. Everyone's actually, I'm not going to say debating, but everyone is desperate because desperately they want to see their friends. They don't want to be stuck at home. Okay? Vice versa. I suspect on jealousy. That's what it says, right? So there is jealousy involved. Is where if you have jealousy in that recommend. Jealousy is where that person who goes out every day, sees his friends, and understands about the whole entire pandemic procedure and everything else. That means that the other person who is, I don't know, stuck at home and can't see their friends, they will get jealous at the same boat, okay, at the same recommendation. So that's what the plateau is, okay. That's like a hill, okay. We have to go down that hill, right? That's what it is. Now the next question that in my words here, how many isolate fire signs? So we have Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. If you are the fire signs, these are for you. Okay? So that's the fire signs. You guys are isolated. Okay? Who is not following the rules? All zodiac signs. See, I understand the whole theory on the restrictions versus the friends. So, question to everyone. Can you understand how many months, weeks, and years you haven't seen for a long time? That's a big question to everyone who's following my channel, Spiritual Hours channel. So, it says, can you understand how many months, how many weeks, how many years you haven't seen for a long time? That's a good question there, okay? Because when we look at the card of initiation, okay, I know when you look at this card, it's all black and it's all dark and it's very scary looking. That's what it is, right? You need a flashlight to go through it. But there is a light under the tunnel. You know how you watch the news and they say that the light is right underneath the tunnel, they're going through the tunnel? That's what we are in, right? We're getting through this darkness of mess that somebody has to clean up, whoever it is, and then that is that we can be in the light of the other side of the tunnel, okay? That's what the initiation card represents. Okay, now when we look at my question, can you understand how many months, how many weeks, how many years you haven't seen for a long time? Which means your friends, your family, your relatives, your uncles, your aunties, your grandparents, your great grandparents, whoever it is. That's that question there. Okay, but this is another question I'm trying. That's the whole entire title is for. Who would you rather follow, your friends or the health orders and restrictions? I know that this is imposing a lot of people. Okay, imposing a lot of people because they want to see their friends. They want to see them. They want to play cards. They want to do everything. But the bottom line is, how can you do that? Right? How can you do that? That's my biological theory. Okay? There is a way of life where we can look at things in a different way. I always tell my viewers that. Because there is a way that we can figure this out all together. You know how I said back in the beginning of the video when I said COVID-19 is like a puzzle? I know that we are in from the top, middle. We just need to end in the two sides, like a box. Okay? When we fix that, when we fit that box in, we can do that. But when we are imagining ourselves in the box, there is a whole process of scaring us. Like dark outside, you know? How late it's going to be, how dark it's going to be, blah, 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 blah. That's what it is, right? Because we need to figure this out. I'm not making you to do whatever you need to do. But my theory in this card, just say yes. That's all it is. Just say yes. And if you can, great. If you can't, then you have to wait. Right? But this is my theory of the whole entire shebang. We need to figure this out. You know, when we look at this as a two-way street, look at it. Left and right. Like these two doors. Right? Left here, right here. That's where the two-way street is. Right? We don't know where we are going to be. But that's why when I think about these things, I tend to broadcast them so my viewers can understand why are the cases going up, why we're stuck in our home, why we have to do this, why we have to do that. Those are the questions that you need to ask, right? There is a way that we can figure this out all together, but how can we process it, right? If you're understanding what process is, if you know what that word means, we have to process things together. We have to start, middle, and end. Right? The start is like the darkness. We have to go through that. Even if we don't have a flashlight in our hands. Ha ha ha. Excuse me for expression. Being funny. But the thing is, when we look at the start, we are in the darkness. Okay? But when we go through it, just think about this as the Wizard of Oz. Okay? Like the movie. You know how you've seen Dorothy and she's going through the whole entire meadow, and well, before she gets to the meadow, there is a dark forest before she meets the lion. Yes, that's what we are going through, right? Because when we look at this before the light, we are stepping forward. We never step back. If you go back to my videos when I said 2 steps forward and 1 step back, this is how it is, right? Some people are afraid because they don't want to get the virus. I understand that completely. But there is negotiation. There is a compromise. Compromise is agreeing, right, together. We have to agree in order to negotiate a plan to do whatever we need to do, okay? I gotta say that to all my viewers here, okay? I understand that there's one that's watching, but there can be more than that, okay? But we have to figure this out together, okay? Because that's all I can say is, when you look at this card again, just say yes. You know? If you can do it, then you can do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it, right? And if you can't, then when you look at the initiation card, you're into that. You're into that blockage of the darkness, right? And you're too afraid to go through that because you don't want to get scared, right? That's why I'm helping my viewers out in situations, right? That's why when I see or notice a lot of different vibes from people, even if they're good, I see that they are more talkative, talkative, like talking away, having good conversations, make jokes, laugh, laugh, laugh. That's the whole entire method. When I look at a different person in a different way, where they don't talk, or they just ignore you, you just have to stay away. You have to stay back off, leave me alone, right? You have to stay back. That's what the pandemic is doing, okay, all along, if you think of it that way. The pandemic is actually making a lot of people stay in their homes a lot because they never get to realize about Zoom. They never think about interacting with each other on Zoom or anything like that. That's the new normal, right? Even about the mask, that's a new normal too. But when we get all that stuff, right? When we don't think about the mask, we don't have to think about Zoom, we don't have to think about anything. That's where my excuse me, I got the effects on. My let's see, my connection. Okay, that's a good word to say. My connection, in theory, of reliability, okay, to figure this out, right? Because when I look at my shirt, it just makes some noise. We need to do that, okay? I'm making a noise, everyone else is making a noise. You know, not making a noise and playing drums in the freaking backyard and make a, no, that's bad. But make some noise about, you know, that pray that we had the vaccine, right? Pray to that. Pray about the approval. Pray about everything. Now, that's one method. The second method is pray for the COVID-19 to go away. That's what everyone has to do, right? I know it's been a year. I know everyone hates it and calling it, you know, COVID-19, blah, 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 blah. Okay? In that regard, okay? Don't think of it as a negative way. Think about it as a positive way. That's why I see it, right? That's why the yes card comes in. That's why the initiation card comes in. That's why this is a whole entire shebang and conjunction. Because there's two methods that we have to be in place. Okay, there's plan A and there's plan B. Plan A, when you look at the news and they said, okay, we need transmission, we need these people to back off a bit, we need to, okay, that's plan A. Plan B, why are the cases keep rising? That's a good question too. I think in my imaginary mind, or my mind, is that when the cases go up, which means the non-listeners, the rule breakers, whatever, that's where the cases are going up. If the people are paying attention and they're doing what they need to do, staying home, only see two as your bond, whatever it is, that's what you can do, right? That's where the cases will go down. Now, there's a second motion about the variants. Why are the variants came? Well, in my theory, again, is where the variants came because the other people who are not paying attention, or they fly to somewhere, like, let's say, for example, like Asia to Canada, someone from Asia will have the virus of the variant, will bring it to Canada, then Canada will identify its new variant, and then everyone will get another half of the variant from school to people and etc. That's what the variant is, right? We don't see the viruses because they are invisible. But we do notice that when people are sick, we know that they are staying at home, right? That's what it is. Because when we look at the flu, when we look at the cold, when we look at everything, that's what the flu season is, right? That's why people don't want to get sick. That's why people want to stay home and play video games and do food and do whatever they need to do. That's fine and all dandy. That's great. But we, the whole entire nation, the whole globe, has to figure this whole entire thing out. Like I say, I'm like faster than the news. I know what's going to happen next. If the variants keep control of the whole entire situation, the COVID-19 cases will go up. And the more they going out, the more restrictions there are going to be. Once when the restrictions are in place and they keep going, that means, in my theory again, we could be into another lockdown. Okay? That's what scares me the most. Another lockdown. Staying for the next 3 months and then we don't know where we're going to be. Okay? Don't think about it that way. Think about it as enjoying your time and do what you need to do, like go grocery shopping, do whatever you need to do, and then come back home. That's what it is, right? But some people who don't understand the whole entire thing and they protest and they don't care and blah blah blah, COVID blah 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 blah. Everyone will get a positive COVID thing because they won't even understand. And then they will broadcast it on the news, and the news is going to say, oh yeah, this person, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah. See, that's why I understand the whole entire thing. I don't say that I don't know, but I understand the whole entire thing. Okay? That's why I look at this as a puzzle. As a puzzle. A COVID-19 puzzle. We have to look, when you build a puzzle, we have to figure out all the pieces, connecting if they're going to connect it or not, or whatever it is. Then we do the sides. Then we do the middle. Then we do the end. Right? Look at that method. Look at that. Like I say, I'm not the only one who does puzzles. I don't do puzzles. Ha ha ha. I don't. Why I'm laughing about that is because when you look at the whole entire shebang of everything else around the whole entire globe, that's what it is. That's why we have to not to get scared, not to think about the negative stuff. Think about the positive. That's all I can say. But before I let you all go, there's something that you have to learn first from me. Who you would rather follow, your friends or the health orders and restrictions? All I can say is, for this card, just say yes, which means you can follow the restrictions and orders if you do it the right way. Okay? Then you can follow your friends. Once a day you can follow them. Then back off. Right? Two steps forward, back. And one step forward. Right? Look at that. Because I know that we're in the whole entire darkness. But don't think about that. Don't. But just to let you know about the air signs, water signs, earth signs, and fire signs. The 4 signs of the zodiac. Think about that. Okay? I know that the fire signs are isolated. Okay? But the other ones who are following the restrictions, it's air, water, and only one fire sign is Pisces. Who is desperately to see friends in person will be all signs. Will be air, and fire, and water, and earth. Those are the 4 signs. And then who is not following the rules is all signs, all zodiac signs. From January to December. Those are the signs. Because we have earth, water, fire, and air. Those are the 4 signs that are all zodiac signs who is not following the rules. Those are the people you have to get. You have to. If you were asking a question, who's the fire sign? Who's the air? Who's the earth? Who's the water? Think about that. If you look at the fire and water, that creates hot water. Like a tap. Okay? Look at that. If you look at the earth is like leaves. Right? Leaves are like earth. And then you have air. Air with leaves. These can just go like a tornado and go up. Okay? That's what that is. When we look at the air sign and water, if you do that, it's like wind. Wind is catching the water to go up, right, to the sky and come down. if you look at that. And then when you look at everything else, it's like almost a war zone slash fiery slash zodiac, fire, water, earth, and air warfare. Okay, I'm just doing it as slow motion. But just figure this out. Figure every single thing out. Because in my method, just think about it as it goes, right? Anything can be spontaneous. That's a good word to say. You just don't want to face what scares us. Okay, you don't. But my question is, of the whole entire title, who you would rather follow? Your friends or the health laws and restrictions? Question. And if you have an answer, go ahead, bring it to the comments in below. Look at that. Type it in, I'll answer that question for you. Okay? And then if you want, please follow me, subscribe to my channel, enjoy that. Okay? And if you like my shirt, it means make some noise. Be proud about the COVID-19 vaccines coming along. Be proud of what you are doing. Be proud of what the world's happening. Be proud of the cases going a bit up and down. Be proud about that because everyone is working together. There's a song to that, which means all in this together as we know and stand and can see us. Right? That's from High School Musical song. But still, read that song, watch that song, listen to that song, whatever it is, have that. It's like I say, hopefully you can just say yes, and you understand about this card. And if you put them together, it's a beautiful picture. And if you'd like to give this video a like, go ahead. But thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Enjoy, and thank you, and have a good day to you all.